Deep in the wood zones of Knothole, a small but fast blue hedgehog runs around at high speeds. The hedgehog's name was Sonic. He had long blue quills that went down to his back, along with peach fur on his arms, inner ears, and muzzle. He sports white gloves, as well as red shoes with white straps and a gold buckle, that people would sometimes assume are Christmas-themed shoes, which they're not, or at least Sonic thinks they're not. And lastly, he had dark brown eyes. The blue hedgehog chuckled and smirked as he ran through the village. Sonic was one of the few anthropomorphic animals, Mobians for short, who lived in Knothole, a place hidden far within the wood zones. Despite this fact, Sonic, along with a few others, were never born here. They used to live in a city called Mobotropolis, but due to some unfortunate events that took place many months ago, they live in Knothole now. Sonic, though having to stay hidden here, never liked having to stay in one place for a long time. He seeks to go out and travel the world, but right now, he just can't. Sonic doesn't have much to do most of the time, other than run 100 laps or play with his friends. Something he does do on some occasions is sit back and stare at a weird necklace that he always carries around. He had it since he was a baby, though he doesn't know why. He feels it's important to him, so much that he has it with him all the time. It's probably nothing important. After a while of chilling and having some fun with some friends, the day turned to night, and it was time to get some rest. Inside of his bedroom, Sonic lays in a big mattress with big pieces of cardboard taped onto it. The crayon drawing is on the side is made to look like a race car. From what it looks like so far, it doesn't look like he has much, though he didn't always live here, so it could be him still adjusting to things. All that matters now, though, is that he is calm and asleep. Sonic wakes up after hearing a loud noise. He opens his window to see just what made that sound. It was unusual to hear a sound as loud as Another boom was heard. Once Sonic opened his eyes, he soon sees that booming sound had caused destruction to his house. Sonic quickly looks around in his room. Seeing half of it destroyed, his bed flipped over, and the cardboard on it is now set on fire. And who stood behind the fire was a robotic wasp with purple glowing eyes. The robotic wasp dashed straight towards Sonic. Sonic, thinking fast, grabs the sneakers and dashes to the opposite direction, going away from the burning house. Sonic keeps running. He sees more burning houses and more robots. Sonic had millions of questions just wanting to be spit out of his mouth, just to say anything to react to the chaos that was unfolding in front of him. All he could do is watch in silence, too shocked to even ask what is happening, or even call for help. Help. Someone needed help. But who? Sonic looked to his left to see who shouted. Help! It won't let go of me! Sonic didn't know what to do to the robot crab. Is it kickable? Does it bite? Is it a bomb? Sonic decides now's not the time to think and jumps towards the robot. By curling into a ball, Sonic hits the robot hard enough that it blew up. After doing that, the boy who was held by the robot was freed, and to Sonic and the boy's surprise, a small bird flew out of the robot. Whoa, there was a Flucky inside that thing? Sonic stayed silent. He looked on confused. Why would there be a Flucky inside of a robot? The bird chirped at Sonic as if it was thanking the blue hedgehog for freeing them, but then points at the other robots while still chirping at Sonic. Though Sonic couldn't understand the Flucky very well, he got an idea of what it was trying to tell him. Those other robots are still here. What do we do? The boy asked while holding his hurt arm. Sonic looked off, no longer confused, and now has a look of determination. He then zooms off to get to the other robots. He zooms to any robot he can find and smashes them, freeing more animals trapped inside of them, while also saving a few people in the process. Sonic looks around to see if there are any more robots around. There was 0 in sight, which was good for now. Now all he needed to do was figure out how to get rid of all the fire that was spreading. he knew just what to do. Sonic runs off far away from the village, but quickly is seen coming back, with a bucket filled with water he got from the lake far away. Sonic goes around and throws water at the fires, getting rid of any fire he can find. Even when the fire gets on anyone, he has them covered. Within a minute or two of rushing around back and forth, the village was no longer on fire. As the villagers cheered in sight of relief, Sonic looked on confidently as he had just saved the village. He's gonna be bragging about this for a while. But not long after, Sonic's ear twitches. He looks up to see where the sound he heard was, and sees a giant capsule, no, lots of giant capsules, being held in the sky. A hand is seen banging on the glass for a moment before the capsules get flown higher. Sonic watches as the capsules fly away, being carried by a group of glowing pods. Sonic wonders what's happening now. First small robots, and now this. Sonic's still filled with many questions, but then gets an idea. He knows exactly who to go to. Sonic runs to a small base. It was his uncle's lab. He had one here in case he needed one. It looks damaged at the moment, but Sonic brushed that off. All that matters now is that his uncle will make sense of everything. Sonic enters the lab and is surprised to see that his uncle isn't there. And even more surprising, his lab was a mess. Sonic wondered why it was like this until he saw something. A video was on his uncle's computer. Out of curiosity, Sonic used the game controller to click on the play button. And soon, the video played. Hello, Chuck the Hedgehog here, back with another chapter of my video diary. Today, I have finally found info on the potential location of the powerful gems known as the Chaos Emeralds. If my calculations are correct, their location is in South Island. In a few days, I'll take my plane to there and find the emeralds. I wish you can feel the excitement I do. Once I've gotten them, we can use their power to finally take back our... What the... Robots? What? Hey, get away from me. Ah! The video ended. Sonic was left speechless. What had happened to his Uncle Chuck? Why did those robots... They took him. That's why he's not here. Why those robots broke into his lab and... Those capsules. He saw a hand banging inside of it. Could it have been... Does that mean those other capsules have... Sonic couldn't sit still any longer, the look of both anger and determination on his face. He zooms off, ignoring anything he had just knocked over. Sonic finds his uncle's plane and flies off. Wherever those pods are off to, Sonic will find them and save his uncle and whoever else is trapped in those capsules. His goals aren't necessarily heroic, but they're not wrong either. He's doing what he thinks is right, and right now, that's all you need to know. Because right now, he's off to wherever the wind takes him.